Hello. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you watch this. Welcome to my fifth degree page. Damn it. I've been on IG for so long, y'all. Please forgive me. Excuse me. My bad. But welcome to Light Work Ain't Light Work, right? You can find me on IG at fifth.degree.burns or fifth_degree burns, right? But fifth.degree.burns, and that's where I do my daily readings at y'all. All right. So let me see. You can pertain this to your sun, moon, rising, North, and Lilith. Sun, moon, rising, North, and Lilith. All right. So who we got? Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Hey, Sag, how you doing, babe? Hopefully you're doing all right. Especially considering that the focus energetically will be off of you and start going towards Taurus and Scorpion energy, right? But with Temperance being moderate, and healing and things of that nature, right? All of that stuff that can or will come into place, being grounded and being in one's emotions. All right, so that's some of the stuff that you would have to pay attention to, or that would be what, Sagittarius would stand for. Are you in alignment with it? Is going to be the biggest thing that comes into place with this. Now, flip-flop the roles is necessary with them being outside of one's head, not being on someone's mind, not having an abundance of thought, not really thinking about things, right? One of the things that comes into place with Sagittarius energy, right, with, not being on one's mind, not being the focus, right, and how there will be the bridge. How the bridging, and the different influences that'll come into place with your aggressions being aggressive, and those who would have passed on, right? Those variant individuals who would have passed on. So you're gonna have to pay attention to that quite a bit for you. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm hoping that's a little bit better. I'm recording on multiple devices right now, yeah. So, but with your aggression, now Sagittarius, one of the things, and the karmic energy, Sagittarius, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this out here, and being judgmental or having judgments about one's emotional stability and reconciling, and then there being the tower moment, right? That you aren't the one on a person's mind, right? Or a person not being on your mind. That's something else that you would have to pay attention to with the influence of work being done to create, or being talented at work. Something that one would have, that's a part of it. Some of this shit is going to be about some stuff that would have happened on social media and how it would have influenced, or not being on social media, how it influences your work ethic. In short, the contributing factor for, I want to say, procrastination for you, with them being a bad investment when one looks inside themselves along the path, and the Virgo energy, right? Yes, when you look inside yourself at the root of the root of the seeds it is that would have been planted, is ultimately what I'm getting from that. And the other part of this is going to be how Capricorn energy or Saturn retrograde is affecting you as far as your enlightenment of bad investments that you would have made, and it not being, in short, not being due to perfection. Part of it, Sagittarius, ultimately what I'm getting from this is what it is that you do. Because it's like, if you just be natural, what perfection would look like for you naturally, and you purposely messing up and you purposely make mistakes, and then there not being grief behind it and dissipating, right? This is going to be about your willpower, whether it be you or the other person, and how honest you are in regards to you being a bad investment, or them being a bad investment, when you look inside yourself and looking at the root of things. The other part of this is going to be about within your talent to create or communicate, and the influence of Mercury. So if you got Mercury and Sagittarius, right? So that's something else. But this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising. Right? Sun, Moon, Rising, North and Lilith. So if your Sagittarius North is Lilith, what it was that you would have done, 7 years ago that would influence the next 8 years, or that have been as a part of you creating over the 8 years, or being determining your talent over 8 years, within not causing grief, but the effects up on one's willpower and having enlightenment and illumination, and your partiality. Ensure you being partial to certain things, and in regards to the gratitude aspect. Yeah, in short, it's one of those with Sagittarius. One of the things it is that I'm getting from this is how you show gratitude to an individual. Some of the other stuff, if you like to book me for your own personal touch of clarity, is but what you would spend your money on. And how because one of the things that comes into place with Sagittarius energy is rooting for the underdog. And that's because of the competitive aspect that you have within the money aspect, and having an inheritance, getting money over the course of 10 years, right? Up the tower, about gratitude. Ensure what it is to really show gratitude. That's what you learn in regards to intuitive nature, high knowing, and how grateful you really are. Whether it be a part of your instincts, I'm just saying, whether it be a part of your instincts or your intuition, and with the influence of gratitude, if you're more intuitive than, I'm just saying, if you're more intuitive than in regards to the divine feminine nature, the divine feminine aspect. And the tower moment is about either part of it is going to be about the windfall, but also about the offer of gratitude. Yeah, how thankful you are about something, offering your thanks unconditionally about it. And then the other part, because as a location, because y'all know I'm not going to fly by the whole Saturn portion that's coming into place. If you'd like to book me for your own personal touch of clarity, though, you're more than welcome, right, to hit me at hit me. No, because the way that Sagittarius manifests things, you'll literally have a person get hit. And paying attention to the fact that you're very technical. That's the other part of Mercury energy. You are a very technical person. And that'll be a part of the dissipating portion with what will be protected or projected. Right? With them one being able to go on another day and not being talented and holding on in the community, transparency. Over the course of 9 weeks, one not being able to manifest because of what's desired to be held on in a community of transparency, of rebirth, and being able to see through it. Four different offers, and what would be stabilizing, what you would constitute a stabilization in the community, with you being able to go on regardless of the talent. Alright, let's check out this spiritual contract real quick, and then I'm gonna get the angel guidance and I'm gonna let you guys go. Well, one of the things that'll come into place is it's one of those, I'm able to, how well you are able to connect to a person or to an individual, because that's how you see yourself, right? And this Scorpion aspect. So the Scorpio axis is really having an effect on you. Sagittarius is ultimately what this is boiling down to. It's going to reveal to you everything that's not healed, and the power struggles, and how much how you don't want to be controlled, but you want to control others. That's ultimately what that's breaking down to. And that's why there's the aggression. Yeah, what you being, or when you constituting yourself as aggressive, or someone else constituting you as aggressive. Okay, somebody else constituting you as aggressive within all the fighting word, calculating the fight. I will ensure the indifference about the fight. Indifference about the fight, and indifference about the methods that one would use or the intelligence one will have when they not fighting. Yeah, because ultimately what I'm kind of getting from this is when you fighting, when you going on to go another day, that's what sparks your intuitive nature or the divine feminine aspect. Right? Yeah, because for me, the high priestess is divine feminine. It's not the empress. But that's that part. So, past life issue. There's going to be some shit, past life. Right? If you get nervous, focus on service. Don't focus on service if you're nervous, Sagittarius. Yeah, because you'll mess up some stuff and you're not realistically going to be of service to anyone. You're just realistically just serving yourself. And pay attention to, in like your past life, how you would, if it didn't serve you. And what do you constitute as serving you? And not cancel, clearing, and deleting. Yeah, because here's the deal. And cut your cords. And sure, not cancel, clear, and delete, but how the past life issues that came into place that you need to cut cords with. Yeah, you keep holding on to a whole bunch of shit, and you need to cut cords from people. Ultimately, is what I'm getting from that. Yeah, and that be that false hope that can or will or does come into place, and that's just a part of your nature. But yeah, but you'll truly be indifferent about what will be projected as a spiritual connection and the ego that comes into place with one not being a lover or not being in love and not communicating as one would go in and be isolated and not expanding. In short, you don't, yeah, it's one of those, it's one thing, right, for you to care about yourself, right, to preserve self, but what does it mean for you to preserve yourself? Because sometimes, Sag, I love you, I do, but sometimes you got to give in order to get it. And how good are you at that? Alright, light and love to you. Light and love to you. Whether this be for you, Sag, or the other person. Sit down and really think about it. And don't get all super sad and depressed with it either. Yes, the main thing that Sagittarius energy needs to do. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. And your partiality, right? Or always having a favorite. The whole give and take situation. And when you act more like a taker than a giver. You only give a lot to a person that won't give nothing to you, but a person that'll pour. And sure, the Sagittarian aspect of pouring into the people that pour into you, and that wouldn't be what Sagittarius energy would do. That's the similarity that it has with Aquarian energy, right? Similar, not the same, because what Sagittarius does is when a person pours a whole lot into Sagittarius, they typically use it to go pour into somebody else. How right is that? Because you don't want nobody else doing that to you. All right. Because see, remember, light work, it ain't light work. It is not light work. It is not light work. It's not light work. That's why you have to stay light while you work.